Do you want to become the best student possible? If you're serious about that, you need to watch this video because we're going to break down how you can become that top student by mirroring what LeBron James did to score 50,000 career points because he laid out the roadmap that all you guys need to follow. Success leaves clues, whether it's in sports, academics, in life, as a pre-med, wherever. And so we're going to follow those clues. We're going to build those breadcrumbs up to get you to your goal of greatness. If you want to dominate your classes, if you want to get to medical school, then you got to watch this. If you're ready to level up, then I want you to drop a level up right now in the comments. Say, Dr. P, I'm ready to level up. I'll hit the intro and then we'll get started.
Today is the day, guys. You're going to take your future into your own hands. You're going to dominate. You're going to be successful. No excuses, just dominate.
All right, guys, Dr. Andre Pineset here, the pre-med productivity expert. And as always, I'm here to bring you positivity, productivity, and help you become your best. And this video epitomizes that because it's all about true greatness. If you guys don't recognize, I was an early LeBron hater, I'll be honest. I was like, Kobe's the man, LeBron could never be Kobe when he came to Lakers. And I just watched him play. And you have to kind of be in awe of this man. I mean, even at 40, at 20, whatever, to be doing this ever to grown men NBA players is incredible. Applause to LeBron. But as always, let's learn from these life lessons. Let's apply it to you guys as students and as pre-meds. And so the very first thing you have to understand about LeBron is that he understands a fundamental principle that you guys all need to internalize that so many students struggle with. And that's that success is built daily. You will hear me say all the gosh darn time on this channel, straight A's are not made one day or in one way. Straight A's are made every day and in every way, everything you do. If you want to be a straight A student, you have to have a straight A mentality. Every single action of your day has to be lived as a straight A student. You don't get to 50,000 points in one day, right? It took him 20 years to get to those 50,000 points. It's the same way with those A's. A lot of times we look at it, we see the test, and then we see our score, and we're like, oh my gosh, how did this happen? Oh, it's because of this one thing or this one thing. No, it's a lot of the things that you missed out on. You have to be a consistent student who recognizes, okay, what am I doing today to build this A? And if you look at it that way, and every single day you take a step towards that A, by the end of a quarter or even a semester, you recognize by stacking all these days together, man, these classes are a breeze. And it was one of the fundamental changes I made when I wanted to become the great student was I recognized I didn't have the best skills. I was a slow reader. I wasn't great at memorizing things. My brain wasn't that capable. But I was able to overcome my early intellectual shortcomings by being the consistent performer. Because through consistency, I didn't have to cram. I didn't have to jam a bunch of stuff in my brain. I didn't have to read fast because I was reading every single day, page by page, slowly but surely, and getting there to the end. And so that's what I want you guys to embody right now. Wherever you are, consistency is something that takes no talent. It allows people who are less talented to overtake those who might be more talented. And we see this in the NBA all the time, where you have these super athletic people. They should be incredible superstars in the NBA, and they just aren't. They flame out. Well, what's the difference? What happened? The difference is that consistency and that work ethic to grind every single day. Stop treating your career like a lottery ticket. Stop treating A's like, ooh, I'm going to show up to the test today and see what comes out. Don't wait for that A to come. Create that A and do it through that daily grind. What I want you guys to recognize is by being that daily grind, what's awesome is it's actually a better lifestyle. For me, I literally every single day got up and did the work first thing in the morning. It was simple. Get up every single morning, get my 2 hours of studying in. And what was amazing was not only was I able to study daily by making it first thing in my day, but by doing those 2 hours, it actually allowed me to not have to do all the extra hours. And so I was able to study 2 hours a day, 5 days a week, those 10 hours total, no lecture, none of that stuff. And I was able to get the A's. How does that happen? It's that daily putting the time in and that consistency. I went from this flunking out of college to becoming an A student, to getting to Stanford Medical School, graduating top 5% of my class, never having to study on weekends. Why? Because I was consistent every single day, putting in the work. And so for you guys, right, this is an action-oriented channel, so we're gonna take action. So what I want you guys to recognize is part of this every single day, success is built daily. I want you to build daily success habits. This is what I teach students is success habits. Start small. I want you to set one single non-negotiable daily study routine. Simple. Something as small as I'm going to sit at my desk and I'm going to have focused, uninterrupted, no phone, no TV, no friends, 30 minutes a day. I'm going to sit there. The first thing when I wake up, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to brush these teeth. I'm going to sit at my desk and do 30 minutes of focused study time. If you can do that, guys, and just start there, you'll be amazed at how it starts to feel good to get those 30 minutes done. It starts to feel easy to get those 30 minutes done. And then pretty soon you start to be more prepared and on top of your classes, and it becomes a self-rewarding habit loop where you're just, ooh, 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 I want more of this. And you just build up these hours. Start small, pick one non-negotiable daily study routine, whether that's 30 minutes a day of studying for your classes, whether that's just reading a book for fun for 15 minutes, right? Learning to love reading. Maybe it means going to bed at a reasonable time during the week. Maybe it means just showing up to lecture. Hey, every day I'm going to make it to lecture this week. Every single day I'm going to make it to lecture, make my goal. Just start with something simple. And when you figure out what your action step is to make things happen, right? With habits, people who are successful put their goals in writing. So what I want you to do is when you figure out what your action step is going to be, put in the comments below. That way you can know, oh, I said this to Dr. Pine, this is a promise that I'm going to take action. I'm not just listening, I'm taking action. That's the first lesson to take away from LeBron. The second thing is, and this is again why students want that instant success, is they neglect and they can't grasp and internalize this principle of the growth mindset. Too many students have fixed mindsets, and the sad part is it's not even your guys' fault, right? We grow up in an academic system, right? And this is Arnie Duncan has even said this, right? He's the former Secretary of Education, is that we grow up in a system that generates a fixed mindset because it tells you, hey, you're smart, you're in the smart class. Hey, you're dumb, you're in the dumb class. And we label, we're constantly labeling, and we unintentionally internalize those labels and feel like, oh, that is me. I am the dumb kid. Oh, you know what? I am the advanced kid. I can never be the dumb kid. And not recognizing it's very fluid and things change. And even the inventor of the IQ test, Alfred Bennett, one of my favorite quotes is he gives about the IQ test is he talks about how he regrets creating it for how it is used. And that most people look at an IQ test as, oh, this is my IQ. It is fixed. I am smart. I am dumb. Not recognizing it is an opportunity to measure at that point. It's like an equilibrium equation. Well, what is it at that point? What is your intellectual quotient right now? And it's a marker that you can then grow from. You can say, okay, I'm here now. I'm going to push myself and see how high I can drive this. And that's the way you have to approach your academics is forget all the past, whatever's happened in the past. Don't let those failures paralyze you. Instead, say, you know what? I'm more than that. I can be more than that. And recognize we all have the ability to grow. It's okay. Whatever's happened in the past, you can grow. And as someone, like I said, when you get told by your counselor you will never go to medical school and that's all you want to do, and oh, in fact, you know what? You're not going to graduate medical school. You will never graduate college. It's awful. It's a terrible feeling. But the way I was able to snap out of it was I say, listen, that's the old me. That's yesterday. But now going into this next year, I'm going to be a new student. She don't even notice new student. It's a new person, baby. I'm about to grow. And I spent that whole summer putting the time in and growing and growing and growing and investing in myself. And this is the key thing. LeBron, they say, spends millions, plural, millions of dollars a year on his body, nutrition, exercise, stretching, massage, therapies. Imagine that. He's already a bajillionaire. He doesn't have to do this stuff, but he does it. Why? Because he recognizes if I want to be my greatness, I got to continue to grow. I can't let people catch me. I got to grow. And so he studies the game. He refines his skills. He invests in his body and he works on his weaknesses. If you look, when LeBron started in the NBA, he couldn't even shoot. He was just overpowering people. But now look at him. Three-pointers, mid-range jumper. It's a beautiful thing to watch. Students who struggle, they fall into this fixed mindset and they say, oh, I'm not good at doing this, so I can't do it. And they give up on it. And one of the biggest ones I see with all students is reading. How many of you guys hate to read? How many of you guys feel like bad readers? Put it in the box below, like, I'm a bad reader. Put it in the box below, because there's so many students out here who think they're a bad reader and they think they're always going to be a bad reader. Let me tell you something. I was the worst reader in the entire world. I was the slowest, no good at it, that's a word, reader in the entire world. I could not read to save my life. My reading was so bad I can remember. This is something, these traumatic events that happen, right? I can remember popcorn reading in high school, and people would popcorn read to me frequently on purpose. They go one way for one person, then back to me, because they all wanted to laugh at how I couldn't read aloud. I would stumble, I'm mumbling, like it was awful. It was a terrible, terrible experience, and it really was traumatic to me. And so I thought to myself, I'm a bad reader, and so what did I do, guys? What do we do when we don't feel good at something? We avoid it. And the reality is, if we want to ever improve that, we have to lean right into it, and we have to challenge ourselves. And so when I started college, I was that same terrible reader. But then when my counselor told me, you're not going to graduate college, I'm like, whoa, I got to graduate. So I started looking at myself and saying, wait, I got to grow. Well, where are my opportunities for the biggest growth? Well, they're my weakest areas. And my weakest area is reading and reading comprehension and retention. And so I spent so much gosh darn time learning about the fundamentals of reading, learning about how to improve my comprehension and my retention. And then I started not just learning what I was supposed to do, then applying it. Because something you learn, It's like when people get into my TST, my Total Student Transformation Study Program, day one, they get in there and like, oh my gosh, this is so different from everything I've been told about studying. It feels uncomfortable. But we don't recognize that so much of what we've been told about studying isn't based on success. It's based on internet popularity and things circulating. And so when I present to you the real stuff you need to do, these sound fundamental principles that will make you this exceptional, efficient student, it's like, oh, it's like a whole other language. But if you can push through that discomfort, there's greatness on the other side. I would learn something, then I would apply it and I would practice it and I would refine the skill and then, give it a month, give it 2 months. And the next thing you know, that becomes a skill point. And then the next month it's even better. Then it's better. And then before long, I went from being the worst reader in the world to now my preferred learning style is reading. And I can outread anybody on this planet because I spent so many hours investing in developing that skill. So if you want to level up, you've got to do that same thing. You've got to work. It's not just a mindset. I'm going to grow. Well, what are we going to grow on? Our biggest opportunities are in our weakest areas. I'll ask you, right? Action oriented. Identify one weak area in your academics. What is the thing you least like to do because it's most uncomfortable because you suck at it the most? What is that one thing? Pick something, maybe reading, like me. Put it in the box, say, hey, listen, Dr. P, this is my weakest area. And then I want you to think about how can I attack it? Where can I start? You know what? If it's reading, let me get to one of Dr. Pinet's many videos he has on improving our reading. If it's taking notes, let me go to one of Dr. Pinet's videos on taking notes. Whatever aspect of your studying is weak, get to a video, get to a book, action a plan to start improving it, guys. Start moving on to that growth or actioning the growth. Are you guys still with me? If you're still with me, you're enjoying this video, take a second, like the video right now. This is your first time joining me. Hey, what up? I'm Dr. Pines. I'm on this YouTube channel to serve you guys, right? I've made my dreams come true. I've gone to Stanford Medical School. I've become the anesthesiologist. I help students in real life. I travel the whole country talking at universities. Lesson 3 from LeBron, y'all, is some people recognize I gotta do the work. I recognize I gotta grow, but they fail to recognize the extent of their ability to grow, and they don't fulfill their maximum potential because they forget that it's about striving to be your best and striving for true excellence. Be exemplary, not average. Serious question, guys. How many of you go through your academic career and you are constantly telling yourself, when people ask you, hey, how are things going? Oh, I'm getting through, I'm getting by. I'm doing all right. I'm surviving. And we chuckle after it, right? Because we feel uncomfortable about it. But how many of us are so used to just surviving, just getting by, just being average, and just accepting that, not recognizing we could be so much more, and we have to push ourselves? Even the students who do well, again, I got the A in this class, but are you thinking about that next class, that next level? Are you thinking about medical school when you get there? Are you developing the skills and the knowledge you have to succeed at the next level? When I was attending at UCS San Diego, and I was working with residents and medical students, I could see that people had huge gaps in their fundamental knowledge. And it wasn't because they were incapable, it's because they were preparing for the step exam or the shelf, not recognizing it's not about that exam, that's average. Everyone passes the shelf, you gotta pass the shelf to move on. Are you gonna be an exceptional clinician? Are you gonna know the physiology? You're gonna know the pharmacology, you're gonna know the details so you can truly treat complex patients and save lives? It's a difference. Are you striving for that excellence? That's the next level. And if you look at LeBron, so many players just have to be in the NBA, get those max contracts, right? Win one championship. But what makes LeBron in the competition for the greatest of all time, for the GOAT, is that he said, one championship's not enough. Having one skill is not enough. I want to be the greatest. And he pushes himself and says, I want to be excellent. I'm never satisfied. You see, right, he's got all his money in the bank, his career's almost over, but when things don't go right, he's upset. He's it's just this. He's still angry about it. I want you guys to embody that. Don't just aim. Don't set your aspiration to just pass a class, just be good enough. Say, wait a minute, am I being the best? Because just being good enough, that's a mindset for mediocrity. Not recognizing that, hey, just good enough is what most people are. We're just average, just getting by, just surviving, paycheck to paycheck, grade to grade, class to class. You got to be excellent, y'all. And to be excellent, you have to strive on it. You have to say, I'm going to be above the pack. I'm going to go the extra mile. I'm going to do the extra things. I'm going to be exemplary. You truly have to say that to yourself. And so for me, I looked at my career. I started turning my academics around, learning how to read, doing some things. And I started doing well, getting B's. Oh my gosh. And I could have been satisfied with those B's, but I recognized, no, I'm going to prove that counselor wrong. I'm going to get the gosh darn A. I'm going to show I'm not an F student. I'm an A student. I'm the best student ever. And then on top of that, I recognize the better grades I get, the better medical opportunities I have. And the better I do in undergrad and the better skills I develop. And not just reading well, but reading the best and having this skill, having this skill, having this skill. Then when I get to medical school, I am the ultimate Swiss Army knife, and med school ain't got nothing for me. I'm karate chopping medical school. I'm bopping medical school upside the head. That's the approach I had. So when I got to medical school and people start to struggle and hit a road bump, I ain't got no road bump. Medical school can't hold me down because I'm too great, I'm too excellent, I'm too amazing. Med school was a breeze to me. It was so much gosh darn fun. No studying on the weekends. I'm not stressed. I'm not cramming. I took a vacation before step one. I'm chilling because I went to the highest of levels of excellence because I strived for it. So then med school couldn't touch me. And I didn't stop there. I was refining in medical school. Well, yeah, this approach works and I'm ahead by a day, but what can I get ahead by a week? By 2 weeks? I started pushing myself because I never stopped. I became the greatest. And the same way with my teaching now. People tripped like, gosh, Dr. Pines, how do you know so much about stuff? I'm like, because every single day I'm learning new stuff. Every single day I'm working with students. I'm pushing. I'm in the trenches bettering because it's not enough to be just above average as a pre-med coach and as a student coach. I got to be the gosh darn best. Why do my courses have multiple versions? Because I said, you know what, I can say this a little bit better. I can clarify this a little bit more. I can advance this model and make it more applicable. I can do all these things. So I'm constantly evolving. And that's why I'm the best, right? That's what it is. So for you guys, the action step is simple. I want you to set a goal that pushes you beyond your comfort zone. What are you not comfortable with? What have you not been striving for? Oh, you know what? This class is really hard. It's okay. I'm just going to hopefully get a B. I want you to change that and say, I want to get an A. And then you're going to say to yourself, well, wait a minute, how is that possible? I don't think that's really possible. Well, that next action step I want you guys to take is I want you to say, what is my best opportunity to be the most complete student I can be? To have a total transformation and become the unstoppable, completely competent student? Well, it's getting in Dr. Pine's total student transformation program. That's what the next step is. I want you to click below and I want you to get into my total student transformation program. That's how you're going to become unstoppable. I've been doing this for over 20 years, y'all. If you are ready to be excellent, that's the place to get excellent. Check that out below, get some information on it, and enroll. And let's go. Get the course, get the coaching, work with me every single week to refine, to tweak, to level up live coaching you're studying. That's the opportunity. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I'm supposed to be 10 minutes. I'm at 20 minutes right now, but I appreciate you guys. LeBron scored 50,000 points. Hats off to him. True greatness, and showing you guys that greatness is an absolute choice. You got to choose to be your greatness. The same principles that made him a legend can make you an elite student. Be consistent, y'all. Put the work in every single day. Not just the work, but also work on yourself, invest in yourself, growing daily, and then not setting a low standard, a low bar. Raise the bar to the highest of pinnacles and say, I'm going to be the best. I'm going to strive for excellence. Everybody got it? I hope you enjoyed this. If you found this valuable, guys, take a second, like this video, leave a comment, let me know, do our action steps in the box below, and then I want you to subscribe, and I want you to share this out. Let people know, hey, listen, Dr. Pines gave a great word today. Share it with some people. Let's level up together, guys. This is our community. Thank you so much for joining me, and as always, how do we end? No excuses, just dominate. LeBron makes no excuses. I'm 40. Still gonna dominate.
That's it for another episode of the Pre-Med Productivity Podcast. Show your love by smashing the like button and commenting in the box below. Today is the day, guys. No more excuses, no more complaining. You're going to take your future into your own hands. You're going to dominate. You're going to be successful. I challenge you. What are you going to do today to make your life better? Get to my website, premedproductivity.com. Grab a free ebook, sign up for a free webinar, and if you're really ready to transform, enroll in one of my life-changing courses or coaching programs. You have greatness inside you. Let me show you how to unlock it so you can dominate and make your dreams a reality. No excuses, just dominate.